I'm Jo Pratt and I'm going to show you how to make tender stem chickpea and chilli bites. Now for this, the ingredients I need, I've got some chickpeas, some tender stem broccoli, chopped up onion, grated Parmesan cheese, chopped up chilli, an egg, some basil, garlic and the zest of some lemon. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my tender stem broccoli. I'm going to steam it. All I need to do is pop it straight into a saucepan with a steamer on top. And this will just take a few minutes to steam. So you just want to leave it as it is, put it straight in, it'll just take a few minutes to steam until it's just slightly tender. So I'm just going to cover that with a lid. Now while that's cooking, I'm just going to add a splash of oil into this frying pan and saute my onion and also the garlic. Cook it on a fairly low heat. I want to saute it until it's softened but hasn't coloured. Basically, with the tender stem chickpea and chilli bites, you can make them into whatever size you want. They're fantastically versatile. You can do them small for canapés and party food, make them slightly bigger and then make a great lunch, or maybe a nice meal for the kids. You can leave the chilli out if they're not very keen on the spicy flavour. We can go large and make them into a nice alternative for a meat-free burger. The basic mixture's there and you can just make it into whatever size that you want to. Now that onion is ready, so we can take that off the heat. I'm going to tip that into the bowl of the food processor. So I'm now getting to the stage where I can actually make the patty mixture all in one. So the onion and the garlic that's lightly sautéed straight into the food processor bowl. And then in with the chickpeas, so it's just one can of chickpeas that have been drained, straight in there. I've got some finely grated Parmesan cheese, 75 grams in there. I've got one chopped chilli. Now I've taken the seeds out of this chilli and finely diced it. You can use less chilli if you want it to be slightly less spicy. I'm going to grate the zest of half a lemon for a nice tangy bite. And we've got some basil. I'm just going to take half a small bunch of the leaves, tear those in and put them in there. That's the beauty of this dish, you don't have to really beautifully chop everything because it's going to get whizzed up in the food processor. And then I've got an egg, break that and pop that in as well. I'm going to season it with salt and pepper. And then the final ingredient that goes into this mixture is the tender stem broccoli. So let's just check to see how that's going. That's perfect. It's just nice and soft enough to be able to snap. Now what I need to do with the tender stem is just take it out onto the chopping board. And I want to keep the nice tops separate from the main stalk of this. I'm going to trim just the nice florets, keep those to one side, and then the stalk can go into the food processor. So we have our nice little tops, so I'm going to keep separate and I'll show you what I do with those afterwards. So I'm just going to whiz this together to make a nice mixture to make the bites. So I've got a nice smooth paste that I'm just going to transfer into a bowl. There we go. Got that lovely vibrant red chilli just running through there. Some nice flecks of green. But the reason I've kept the top of the tender stem back is because I'm going to actually mix that in separately because I want to be able to have a bit of texture and a nice bit of bite into each little patty that we make. So I'll add those in there and then I just want to give it a nice mix together. And now it's ready just to make into the little bites. Like as I said before, you can make them as small or as large as you want to. I'm just going to show you how to make some nice small ones. So the thing you need to do for this, make sure you've got a bowl with some warm water, wet your hands, and then take a portion of the patty mixture in your hands, and with your hands being wet, the mixture doesn't actually stick to your hands. And this can be made up to a day in advance, so you could have these patties ready-made in your fridge, ready to cook. And then you need them, then you cook them just as and when you need them. Now to cook them, I'm just going to add a layer of oil into the bottom of the pan. So just let that heat up. You just want to take your patty mixture, pop them into your nice hot pan. The mixture is quite wet, so you want to be very careful because it's quite delicate. If you've got time, you can pop them in the fridge anyway. Fry these patties for just a few minutes each side. Everything's cooked in there that needs to be cooked for longer, such as the onion and the broccoli. The only thing that you really want to make sure you're cooking is the egg, which will help bind everything together. So once they've had a couple of minutes each on one side, you can just very carefully turn it over. So we just want to be nice and lightly golden. And then you just want to cook it for a couple of minutes on the other side as well. So now they're cooked, you can serve them however you like. I'm just going to show you a nice little small portion on a plate with a wedge of lemon, but for children, they might like it with maybe some tomato sauce. You could serve it with a nice garlic mayonnaise just on the side. Or obviously if you're serving them as a little burger, then put them in a bun with some nice salad as well. And here we have our delicious tender stem chickpea and chilli bites.